Hey everyone, it's your girl M here and welcome back to my channel, A Little Piece of M. Today I'm going to walk you guys through my app setup and the way I like to navigate and organize my iOS. I hope you find some useful tips for your own organization as well. So before we get started, I want to let you guys know a bit about the phone I have. So I have the iPhone 11 and I recently upgraded to it, and I had the iPhone 7 for the longest time ever. It was a pretty sturdy phone, like it definitely got the job done and it was chugging along pretty well, but I thought it was time for an upgrade and there was a pretty good deal, so I upgraded finally into the iPhone 11, and I feel like now that I have this bigger screen, it's made such a big difference because I love watching videos and playing games and stuff. The phone case I have is from YesStyle, so it's pretty cute. It has flowers that are pressed into the case and it's clear, and what you'll see inside, this is actually a fortune I got from this bubble tea shop in Toronto. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. For those of you who know me, you probably know I'm a pretty big My Hero Academia fan, so naturally my lock screen is going to be My Hero Academia related. I have my boy Todoroki here and I love this artist. They make really great wallpapers and they're perfect. I actually have a Pinterest board of like anime related wallpapers that are not super tacky, so I'll link them down below. Okay, so once you come into my phone, the first screen you'll see, it looks like this. It is jam-packed, but I feel like by using the widgets, I kind of blocked it out and made it a bit more aesthetically pleasing. I think another call out here is that I don't like having those like aesthetic icons where you kind of change the icons and everything. I just feel like it's, first of all, it's a lot of work to set that up, and second, I don't like that 1 to 2 second delay that you get when you open the app and it'll jump to like the shortcuts app and then jump back, and I just feel like I don't really want to put that amount of work into my phone because that will literally take me hours. So I've kept it as is. I love using the app Widgetsmith. It's a really great app for you to create your own custom widgets, so like the ones I have here. When you open Widgetsmith, it'll look kind of like this, and you can create different types of widgets. So you can create large, medium, or small widgets. Most of my widgets are small, so the one I have right now is called my quotes widget, and it connects to one of the albums in my photos app. With Widgetsmith, you can create a bunch of different widgets too. Like there's different styles for time, for date, photos, custom text. I love using that one too. Step counting, like there's just a bunch, and you can change like the theme of it too. This is what I like to use, and the way it works is you would double click on an edit widget and then you can pick which widget you created. So this is my quotes widget, and this bottom one here is my, it's actually that Pinterest board I was talking about earlier. It's my anime Pinterest board, which is like kind of tacky but kind of not. This is just like a screenshot of what I have. As you see, most of them are from that same artist, but I do have a few other ones too that I just found on Pinterest. I like having it here on a rotational basis too, just because to add a bit more to that aesthetic. As you can see on my first page, I have a few of my essential utility apps. So like my photos, Google Maps, Google Chrome. One call out here would be the Lens Buddy app if you haven't heard of it yet. It's a great app to use if you don't have your own Bluetooth clicker or tripod kind of thing. So it's a self-timer app, and what's really awesome about it is you can adjust, you can adjust the number of pictures that are being taken. I can choose to take either like 3 pictures upwards to like 120 pictures in one sitting, and then you can also pick the delay between each photo, which is really great. You don't need to like have a clicker and like kind of change your poses. It'll do it by itself and take a bunch of photos. There's also a few other functions which I haven't really figured out yet, but I like using this timer one. Okay, the second screen, this is my like daily screen, so this is probably the page that I look at the most. At the top here, I use one of the normal medium-sized widgets, and I have weather network, so I know what's going on. At a quick glance, I know what the weather is like outside. I also have my batteries, which is great for my AirPods when I want to track like how much battery I have there. And I also have this to-do list, and I don't like organizing. I'm not like that well organized, so I like having one master list. The app that I use is called Minimal List. Very clever, and it's a great app because first of all, it's free and it's super simple, and it's just literally just a list. It's really easy to use. You just pull down to add something, so I can do something like film and edit video, and then when you're done, you cross it off and you'll swipe right, or you can also edit it by swiping left. and you can trash it as well. You can use the Pomodoro technique. So let's say I need like film and edit video and I want to do it within like 25 minutes, which is not realistic, but you can tap on it and it'll pop open like the timer, or you can do like a custom countdown too. You can do like the regular 25 minutes for the Pomodoro technique. There's definitely a lot of different things you can do with this app, and I just think it's really awesome that it also has like the corresponding widget. So those are the three I have up here on a rotating basis, and these are also apps that I kind of use every single day. So the sleep cycle app, what it does, it records you while you sleep, and I know that sounds creepy, but if you're trusting of the app, I definitely recommend it. So it'll show me when I'm awake, when I'm in deep sleep, when I'm in regular sleep, and show those cycles. It also kind of rates the quality of the sleep I got. It'll record like any sounds it hears overnight, so any snoring or coughing. Again, I know this might sound creepy to some people, but I'm not too worried about it. And then you can see like your trends over time on like when you go to sleep. I really need to fix my sleep schedule clearly. When you wake up, and I think it's just a great way for you to kind of get more data about your sleeping habits and your sleeping patterns. I also have Mint here, which is what I use for budgeting, and honestly I think it's a pretty great app if you don't want to manage it yourself in like spreadsheets. So the app itself is like mediocre, but the web version of the app is pretty great. So you can take a look at like your budgets and see if you're tracking well, and on the website you can also categorize things yourself, so it's a bit more flexible in that sense. And you can set up savings goals too. So I have one for a Japan trip I want to save up for. I think it's like the best you can get for like some sort of budgeting app, but again, like the app itself isn't fabulous. I like using the website better. And then for Dispo, it's another one of my day-to-day apps that I've been really into. It's currently still in its beta, but this is David Dobrik's new disposable camera app, and what's really unique about it is you can take a photo like this, you can add it to a roll, so I can add it to like my Life Extras roll, and you kind of use it like a regular like disposable camera. And the cool thing about it is you can't actually see the photos until 9 AM the next day, and I like that because it kind of puts that disposable camera and film camera aspect back into taking pictures, where you're not always struggling to find like the perfect shot. You're more so taking pictures to like capture the moment. I've been having a pretty great time with this app so far. It definitely has some kinks because it's still in beta and still in testing, but overall I think it's been like a pretty great app, and hopefully I can show you guys the picture I just took, and I'll link it over here so you guys get a look. But it is still in beta. Everyone can join, but if you watch this video and you're interested, I might still have some invites available. So by the time this is up, just leave a comment below and I'll see if I can get back to you and get you an invite to the app. Next year I also have a small widget on the side, small stacked widgets. So I have my Spotify, which I absolutely love, find it super useful. And then also I have my Libby app, is also really great. So for those of you who don't know, Libby is a library app. It'll sync with your local library. So I had to log in using my local library login, like my library card and everything. You use the app to borrow books or audiobooks, so similar as to like a regular library experience. You borrow it for a week or two and then you have to like give it back. And I think it's a really great way if you don't want to like spend money on ebooks or audiobooks, because I know how pricey that can be, and the cost really does like add up. So if you don't mind waiting a few weeks for a book you want to read, definitely recommend using Libby, and it's free, so very accessible. This next screen and page is all widgets, and most of it is the Pinterest widget, and I highly recommend leveraging the Pinterest widget because you can connect it to any of your boards, which are already like super aesthetic. This one I use it like my vision board, so I have one for travel, which is the one at the top right. I have one for like house inspo and fashion and pets, and this one I made myself. This one connects to another album I have of like my friends, family, loved ones, in like a Polaroid style. There's definitely a lot of different ways you can customize a screen like this, but I love having like a vision board on my phone. The way I edited the picture from my Polaroid pics, I used an app called Dazcam, and they create like super realistic looking Polaroid pictures. So it looks like this, Dazcam. And I love this app, so I'll just show you guys an example. So you would pick this Insta camera, pick a white frame. You can upload pictures, so if I just take like one, let's just take this one of myself, it'll turn it into like a Polaroid, and look how legit that looks. Like it literally looks like I took it using a Polaroid camera. So now the next few pages is how I organize the majority of my apps. So I like having like a themed page for each group or type of app. So this one is social networking. I'll show you exactly how I created this widget. So I use Widgetsmith to have like one picture, and the way I created the picture itself was using Unfold. So let's open the app, Unfold. I did purchase one of the packs, the digital pack. And I love it because it has like really cool templates like this. It's like a super easy way to create stories or for me to create like other pictures and collages. So this is the one I use to create those widgets for my pages. And so I would put something like, say like this. Let's just say I'm doing social networking. Oops, social networking. You can adjust the text size so it reads a little bit larger. You can also change the font. And then I would also kind of move the image below. It'll crop to a square, so I don't need to worry about the like white space at the top. And then save it. When I go back to my photos, what I'll do is I will take it and then I'll crop it into a square. Zoom in a little, I'll try to center it as much as I can, like that. And the way to add this into a widget, you will open Widgetsmith. So I'll go to Widgetsmith, and I would create a new small widget. And then I would pick the photo option, select the photo I just made, save it, and now I can add the widget to my screen. Look for Widgetsmith. Add the small widget, and hard press, edit widget, and then just pick the one I just made, which was small number 10. And now you have your own customizable widget. So it's a really easy way to create your own widgets, and you can be like as creative as you want with it, as long as it fits into like a square. And so that's the one I use. And here you can see all my social media apps. This next screen I have is entertainment. So I did it the same way as I did previously to create that this entertainment widget, and I have a lot of my like watching TV, and I put TikTok here as well. And then next I have my finances. This is like a really important screen for me. So what I did is I used Widgetsmith and I created custom text widgets, which are text only, and this kind of reminds me how much I need to put in my budget every week. And I do use Mint for it, so it's like automatic, but it's a good like reminder, and also just how I want to organize when I get a paycheck, how do I want to organize the funds in each paycheck. So I have that in here too. I'm going to blur it out for privacy reasons, but let's say your paycheck is like $1,000 per paycheck, and I'll create one that says, okay, so out of my $1,000, I'm going to put 500 into Wealthsimple Trade, I'm going to put 200 into Wealthsimple Invest, and the rest I'm going to use as like spending money, something like that. And like your bills or all of that too, I just put it there so you remember when you get that paycheck how you want to split it out. My next page here is the games page, and this is where I have some of my favorite games. So obviously I have Mahjong, 13 Tiles, Among Us, and some other really interesting ones. So my favorite app to play is Threes. I play this app so much because it's like so mindless. If anyone remembers like 2048, when that app kind of like took the world by storm, this is very similar. But it has like a bit of its differences, but I just like love the animation. I play it a lot when I'm just like watching TV, like just like this, like not even really thinking about it, just because it's like a way to like twiddle my thumbs almost. This last page I have is for projects. So this is for my YouTube channel, my Etsy, or anything like that. And a few interesting apps I like using here. It's Milkshake I really want to call out. This is what I use for my link in bio and my Instagram. And I think it's a really great interactive way for you to have more than like one link. So the way I organize it was swipe to see things I care about. The first one is Black Lives Matter resources shortlist. So I kind of try to update it periodically with different resources for you to learn more about Black Lives Matter and anti-racism, or supporting Black-owned businesses, or finding different organizations to donate to. The next page I have is about my YouTube channel, so I've showed a few of my videos. And this is just personal projects that I'm working on. So like my website, my Etsy, my YouTube channel again, my resume, playlists, and I've also included another page for volunteering opportunities that you can do digitally that are really cool too. But yeah, this is another one of my favorites. The only other thing I haven't really talked about is what I have in my dock. So these are my go-to apps. I use Discord a lot only because I've migrated my main friend group chat to Discord, so we don't use like iMessage anymore. We just do everything on Discord, and it's great because you can organize your conversations into like different topics. So like we have one for general, affirmations, book club, foodies, health and wellness, stocks, for example. Like it's a better way to organize the different topics that always goes on in our group chat. So we've had a pretty good experience using the Discord right now. That's all I have for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned a bit more about tips and tricks to better organize your own phone, or at least I hope I've given you a bit of inspiration on how you can organize your own iPhone. If you liked this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Little peace out. Bye.